All right, all right, all right. Seems like we had a bit of a issue there for a moment, but we are in. We are live. Action has kicked off. If you just tuned in, this is World Champions League Season 2. Currently with TBS. Seems like 16 teams join us tonight. Fox currently in the lead there, 81 points against their name. Avalanche sneakingly behind with the 71 points. Already 4 eliminations for Vox. Avalanche with 4 as well. Just try and sort out our technical difficulties. But sit back, relax. It is Saturday, wherever you're watching from. Hope you had a good day and a good night. 5 games coming your way tonight. Of course, one of the teams that were showing good signs last night. That's New Wave. Still a full team. 5 eliminations. Seems like Kenzo tonight bringing the action for the team as TIAM gets a bit of that molly action. This, of course, the much unloved Rondo. Should see a lot of eliminations come through the Had some technical difficulties there, but seems like we are alive. So game one, saw a bit of action there. Of course, Rondo was the map. How are you tonight?
Oh, well, Matt, I was excited to join you tonight. Couldn't join you last night, of course, and well, technical difficulties, like you said. But nevertheless, we are ready for game two and excited to get into it.
It's going to be Erangel. So, and yeah, so you did miss out last night. But for those of you that don't know, some of the teams we saw a bit of action from, of course, Vox taking the first chicken dinner in Rondo tonight. But we saw some great things. Avalanche last night took 2 chicken dinners. Had some nice signs from Mad Bulls tonight. Seems like we got, I want to say, 2 teams joining us tonight. We'll see if I believe one of them might be Last Chance. So won't take too long until you get used to these teams, Fatman. Here we go, Erangel.
Yeah, and getting right off it, we've got the zone coming in there from the northwestern side. So there from Quarry's side, heading all the way there to the northeast towards Stalber. So we'll have Puchinki as well as School Gatka. Some teams might even fancy making it all the way to Mulbase, Matt.
Oh, Mulbase. Haven't seen a zone close in Mulbase in forever. Now, I always say this, Fat Man, but Zarki, when last have we seen Zarki? I don't think that will be in play tonight. But I think I was about 6 years old the last time I saw Zarki in play.
Look, Matt, so you never know. We'll have to see what the zone does as soon as it makes its appearance. And as I say that, it happens. And we've got quite a centralized zone, it seems, Matt. I'm going to call it, I think we're going to head towards just south of Yasnaya. I think that's where the zone should end.
Pretty interesting call. Might just be. Of course, last night we saw a lot of Yasnaya action. You know, usually with these teams, Fat Man, they tend to go to the places they know. Last night we saw Yasnaya offer a bit of action. One team that I've grown fond of just in one night already is Mad Bulls. I'll mention them a lot. They show great potential, and it's just the rounding off. As this game goes on, we'll come to know them even further. But you'll see. So there's good rotations from these teams, especially Mad Bulls. But last night they just couldn't put their hands on a chicken dinner. We hope that's the case for them tonight. Oof, and here we go, action already kicking off.
Yeah, well, with that being said, some fisting action going down there, Matt. But yes, last night I did tune into the stream for a bit, and I did see a lot of love in the chat for Mad Bull. So quite excited to see what they bring currently. ONBACK, yeah, on the roof in Georgia Pool. They've got a couple of teams around them. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, so that's one of the teams last night that just couldn't find their feet. It's ONBACK now currently with Zethus. He's got the shotgun in hand, but he's got the entirety of BAZA here just raining onto him. Unfortunately, it goes the same way here for ONBACK, Fat Man. Last night, they get sent packing as soon as the game almost starts. And yeah, there you go again, eliminated.
Unfortunate. It's never a good thing. It's never a good feeling to be eliminated that early on, Matt. Look, I think I'm gonna make my own educated decision. Give me this one match. I'll come up with a favorite of my own.
Well, might just point you in a direction or two. I mean, the leaderboard currently speaks for itself. Vox, I tell you what, Vox has one player I saw last night. Goes by the name of Dark. Finished Miramar practically by his own there towards the end. Had the airdrop as cover, and he squad wiped towards the end to claim a chicken dinner. So Vox might just be a team to grow fond of. Avalanche, as you can see, currently in second spot with 91 points, not far behind Vox. That's Avalanche. And there's a few more. TRX also in the mix, I think. But you'll make your own choice.
Yeah, like I said, Mad Bulls had a lot of love in the chat. I do see they in third place currently on 64 points as Phantom Esports. This is Todd. Just has a team to contend with here, maybe just sussing out where they are, feeding the information back to the rest of his team as we jump over to last chance, Matt. Now, if I'm not mistaken, earlier you said you think this might be a new addition to these games tonight.
Yeah, so last chance, didn't see them yesterday. And so this will be the first time we see them tonight, you and I both, as well as Dope Esports. So Dope Esports, they were on the playing card last night, but they didn't seem to join any game. So we're actually currently taking a look at Dope Esports. So they might offer a bit of action. In fact, here goes Flux together with Hago. We've got Royal here inside. It's going to be an easy clap for them. So yes, last chance as well as Dope Esports. Those are two teams we didn't see last night.
Well, let's see what they bring to the table tonight. Couple of smokes going out here. Already lost 2 players, this team, so they might be in a bit of trouble, I would say. But it's still early days, Matt. Still early days. That zone still has to make its shift, and we'll see where these teams find themselves rotating in.
Yeah, so you got 17 teams in the mix, right? Currently left with 16. Of course, we saw ONBACK get sent packing not too long ago. So it's like you say, still a bit early. Circle's still quite big. Here goes Flux. He's got the monster truck here fighting against Rain. It's Team Rain Roby. Man with big guns. And I'm not talking about the weapons in his bag there, fat man.
Yeah, it does look like he can hold his own on a battlefield. He's fighting here. He's the last man standing here for Rain. Did get a couple of knocks, just firing blindly into the smoke there. Maybe he's getting some feedback there from the rest of his team. He definitely knows that that player is just behind that tree as they get the thirsts down. That's, of course, Dope. Now they've got Roby in their sights. He's got his back against the wall here.
As we take a look back with Todd and the boys, Phantom Esports. Now, that's one team. In fact, they took the first chicken dinner last night. That is Phantom Esports, Fat Man. So now in a fight here with Romania, I think it is.
He just got a double knock there with that perfect nade. Now he's got one player left to contend with. Got the shotgun in hand, using that peek, and that is Rain eliminated. Jump shot. What's going to happen? Oh, running up the stairs. Trying to get that rest.
Oh, mistake. Come on.
Oh, and that is all she wrote, Matt. Yeah, Phantom coming in clutch there.
Yeah, you had a
Phantom.
Yeah, Phantom getting the upper hand there. And I do believe that's Romania squad out of here. Now, taking a look at TBSS, man by the name of Tornado. They're still a full team. So we'll see how these teams go along their way and go about business as the circle closes in shortly. Now, 14 teams remain. And here you go, Fat Man. Take a look at Vox. See a bit of action from them. I got a feeling you'll come to like them.
Just cooking the nades there. Matt, that is TBS firing away there towards Vox. The zone did make its shift, and it seems to have gone pretty centralized still, so no major shifts or upset just yet. Mad Bulls, that's Flip and Lennon. Pusher. Couple of nades going, and that is it. Mad Bulls on the board, 4 kills. They have lost one player, though. Zenith Esports eliminated there with 0 kills, as well as ROSCAR Prime gets eliminated as well in 13th place.
Yeah, so Zenith Esports, actually, that's another team, Fat Man. It's a new addition to the World Champions League tonight. So unfortunately for them, we didn't see any action from them. We do, however, have 3 more matches after this. Perhaps they can show us what they're made of. So take a look at Mad Bulls. We mentioned their name. Now, already 4 eliminations on the cards. Here is a man by the name of Lemon. Now, dare I say, perhaps the fragger for his team, but they've got Pusher. Now that's another player here for Mad Bulls Fatman that I saw really good things from. And you got, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Talika 77. Apologies if I butcher that, but that's another player. So unfortunately, already eliminated for Mad Bulls.
It seems like Mad Bulls not having the night so far, Matt. Already 2 players down. They do have 4 kills, however. I've got Flip. He's trying to gatekeep one of the players there in the blue. Not a bad strategy, but I would say leave that for when you're a full squad, Matt.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he lost 2 teammates there, so they're going to have to rotate in. Of course, you need those placement points, and of course, now here, looking at Mad Bulls, they are third on that leaderboard. They're going to need all the points they can get if they want to get in that first spot. Currently, Vox sitting not comfortably, but in the lead there, 111 points to their name.
Oh, they've got 4 kills thus far, Matt. Sitting pretty in first place. Now they're pushing up hard here towards this team. This is nice and aggressive play. I do like it. Firing out of the car like that. Switching seats. Oh, this is just a hunt, Matt. This is just a hunt.
Absolute cinema there from Aragon. Uses that passenger seat to perfection and gets TBS eliminated. Wow, great play there from Vox, Fatman. And that's why they're sitting in the lead.
Now look at this Flip. He's taking a chance driving that car, Matt, into one rock, and that car will most certainly explode. So very dangerous play here. This is, of course, New Wave Hope. They're trying to make their way into zone. TRX currently on 0 kills. Nothing happening for them thus far. They do have a couple of teams rotating in and around them, and I'm sure they'll try and pick off a few kills wherever they can.
Yeah, so TRX, also a team showing a glimpse of hope last night. They had a great fight in Rondo, almost clinching a chicken dinner. I can't remember too well if they did end up clinching that chicken dinner, Fatman. But yeah, so TRX, a team to contend with. But like you said, no eliminations for them yet.
You know, I always see these all these players. Doesn't matter what compound they are. There's always one that seems to find himself on top of a roof. And I'll tell you, Matt, I've tried. I've tried to get on these roofs. I don't know. Maybe someone needs to teach me as we see a couple of players there heading towards a drop location. Vox on 7 kills, Matt. They seem to be on a roll.
Yeah, getting on the roof, actually, we almost saw how they did it just there. I think he parked the car next to the building, Fatman. We almost saw it there, but I think we switched before we could see how they do it. But yeah, being on the roof really helps. In fact, there we go. Again, saw a glimpse there. So being on the roof is going to definitely help you. But now, look at this. Zone shifting.
Yep, zone shifted all the way down south, so definitely not going to be a Yasnaya ending as we see the kill feed Vox just reigning supreme as they just keep taking players out left, right, and center.
That's by the hands of a guy called Assorti. Now, last night, Fatman, Assorti taking MVP. I believe it was 19 eliminations to his name after 5 matches. That was Assorti. And so, again, already 4 for his team in this match. We saw there, Mad Bulls eliminated now as well.
And these cars just light on fire and tend to explode like nothing. Couple of third-party kills and knocks coming in there.
Oh, third-party action. Sight for sore eyes. Depends who you ask, Fatman. Avalanche now with still a full team, I think. No, they did lose one player there. That's Butcher. Only 1 elimination. Now, Avalanche, thus far, haven't seen too many great things, but take my word for it, Fatman. They definitely have what it takes. In fact, here goes Aragon. He's knocked.
Yeah, bloody got a knock there on Aragon. shooting through that tiny window. But the rest of the Vox team, Dark coming in for the assist, takes a bit of damage and gets knocked as well. Now, this is where Vox is in trouble, man. They're currently standing on 8 kills, I believe, and 2 players knocked already.
Yeah, Dark, he should have chucked the smoke there. Just get himself in a better position to get the res. And now I do believe, Fat Man, it's only a Sortie that's standing for Vox. So Vox is in a ton of trouble. Avalanche is going to try and get the thirst down. Yeah, look at this. Here's Asima. He's in a good position. Boom. Done.
That's all she wrote, and we're down to 9. Vox eliminated Matt, so not a great outing for them this time. They did get a couple of good kills, valuable points, but now the lobby's all open and the rest of these teams can try and creep up that leaderboard.
Yeah, so I guess this opens it up for Avalanche, right? So Avalanche not far off from the top spot, and they are still in this match. So, like you said, Avalanche can maybe creep in. But now the action, Fat Man, you're with PMCS. Another team. In fact, great teams across the board. I keep saying another team and a good team. And so PMCS also one of those teams that has what it takes now. Bet's in a bit of trouble fighting that blue, that feisty blue. She's going to be hungry.
Zone has shifted again and keeps going down south. A lot of these teams, we only have 1, 2, that's 3 teams already in the zone. The rest of them, Matt, that's 5 teams will have to rotate in. And of course, we've got Dope deep in that blue zone.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that blue this time of the match, I don't think. But tiny circle for the amount of teams. And I don't think there's too much cover. Perhaps a few compounds in the mix. In fact, Phantom might just have themselves a compound. We'll take a closer look in a bit. But now, Fat Man, who's your money on closing in on this game? Might just be Avalanche.
Well, Matt, I'll tell you, I'm going to go with TRX for this one.
TRX?
I think TRX can make it. Another team that I've been seeing this first game is BAZA. BAZA, Matt. So they're already on 4 kills and they're still a full 4-ball, still a full squad. TRX also full squad, couple of full squads still in it. So anyone can take it.
I have to say, BAZA, it's actually not a bad shout because, like you said, 4 eliminations for them, full squad. That's what you want to be towards the end of any match. And so BAZA, they might just be one of those teams that could sort of be a wild card now. And but TRX as well. So TRX, no action for them yet, but they are one of the teams that's in contention, right? They are 4th on the leaderboard at the moment. So I guess experience talking, Fat Man, you might be onto something.
Look, I do think TRX will most easily jump ahead of Mad Bulls right after this game, as Mad Bulls already eliminated and they don't have too much of a buffer, too much of a lead as we now go towards BAZA here to see what they're up to. They're in zone already. They've got a good little compound here, Matt. They might just need to get a bit closer as a lot of these teams will start coming in now. And the thing is with the teams rotating in here, Matt, is that BAZA will be sitting down the hill, which it's always difficult to fight a team that's on top of a hill, even if you have a compound.
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want to fight downwards, or rather, sorry, you don't want to fight upwards. You want to fight downwards. But here goes Todd. In fact, he gets a few easy claps, doing completely contrary that we just mentioned there. Oh, but he's going to take a ton of nades. Todd down for the count. PMCS hungry for it. Oh, they got to fend off this compound now, Fat Man. Tanjiro is the last man standing here for Phantom. Goes to the S12K. He gets an easy clap. In fact, gets the first as well, but he's got the entirety of BAZA now, Fat Man.
Yeah, and he walks into a Molotov cocktail there. Unfortunately for him, he's gonna get the med kits going there. as PMCS gets eliminated now. BAZA pushing in hard and finishing it off now. That just like that, BAZA, Matt, now on 6 kills.
Yeah, Phantom Esports eliminated Saint Packing. TRX still need that elimination, just that first blood. At the moment, sort of into a corner here is TRX. No eliminations yet, Fatman. They're going to need a few.
They'll just need that first one, I believe, Matt. That first one to break the ice. You know, the zone's going to close in 10 seconds, so something's got to give. We've got 8 teams remaining, zone getting pretty small. Just about 20 minutes into the second game.
Yeah, I think that's 6 teams remaining, Fatman. Correction.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so 6 teams. It's 2 less from 8, so still a tough battle, I think. Oh, yeah. Bum bam on the roof here now. Oh, he can pick off BAZA easily now. Just hope his back is covered. There he goes. Takes out SS in the blue. That's bum bam. Oh, here comes a cheeky nade. Look at this. Oh, nearly gets the clap there.
Oh, the nades are just going everywhere. Bam bam. See, now that's where being on the roof is probably not the best of ideas. BAZA, they seem out for revenge here.
Ganji just going to chuck a few Hail Marys there. He just needs to get one. Yeah, there goes Bim Bam out for the count. And you just said it there, Fat Man. Being on the roof, it has its downsides. As we can clearly see, last chance. Oh, in a bit of trouble. Can Ganji clutch it out? He's taking heat from behind as well. Oh, Ganji. Gonna draw the short end there of the straw.
These players are just going down everywhere, man. It's absolute pandemonium. I don't think I have seen this much nade action in a very long time. Oh, he's going to run into his own nade here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now coming into the rescue for the team here. He's the last one standing. I think it's up to him. But Ganji back on his feet. Goes for the pre-fire. And there you go. Last chance. Out of here. Ooh, BAZA, Fat Man. Hanging on there.
They're already standing on 10 kills. TRX, no eliminations yet, Matt. Slow burners.
They do have dope esports now in sight, and a ton of nades are going to come in. Flux 77. Oh, he's in trouble because the blue also going to come in now. And I think, Fat Man, this is where TRX potentially gets their first squad eliminated. And there you go. 4 eliminations.
Yeah. Phantom has seemed to have moved up the leaderboard, Matt, as well. They just passed TRX. Now we've got Avalanche, TRX, BAZA, and what's it? TIAM, Matt, I believe.
I just say TM. Not
TM.
sure myself. Do apologize if we say that incorrectly.
4 teams left, nonetheless. And let's see who's going to walk away with that winner chicken dinner.
Problem for TM. Only I have 1 player still in this. Same goes for BAZA. So you might say it's either Avalanche or TRX. But Fatman, like I said last night, map Miramar, guy by the name of Dark 4 Vox, clutched it out. And can we see the same tonight? Maybe TM can throw in a spanner in the works here.
Well, as we say that, Matt, BAZA gets eliminated and we're down to 3 teams. Zone closing in 1 second. That zone starts pushing in. TRX, they still have this compound. They're going to have to move out of it. Not going to have much of a choice if they want to have a chance at securing a chicken dinner. Now some pre-fire here from Avalanche. Walks into a nade. Now the blue zone is pushing as well. Avalanche in a world of trouble. Is going to run here in the open. Fires to the right, gets 2 knocks, and then TM comes in and finishes the job there.
Wow, lucky claps for TM there. YF just being a third party, almost a nail in the thorn. And now, Fat Man, It's a 2v1. TRX, damn, you called it. They might just be able to get this. Punch and nade's going to pop in.
Well, look, both these teams will have to move into the open here, Matt, as the zone's gonna push in. Yes, these nades are getting very, very close, just not quite far enough.
Yeah, YF, he's just going to scope things out now. Problem is for him, like you said, zone will creep in. Oh, and there you go. YF gets a bit of the HP down, but blue will have it set. And I think, Fatman, this is going to be a blue zone final. Nade coming in.
That's it.
I think the blue had the final say there, Fatman.
Yeah, and that is TRX with the winner chicken dinner. I do believe the blue did finish off the player there from TIAM at the end, Matt.
I'm more surprisingly, Fatman, you called it TRX out of nowhere. And I got to give that to you. I'm quite surprised. Not surprised. I'm more happy. I think you called it brilliantly. TRX, they did so well towards the end there. They were quiet for the longest time. No eliminations on the cards. And then there you go, closing it out, getting themselves a chicken dinner.
Yeah, TRX with the winner chicken dinner. See the one player giving us a sweetie there. I love it.
Yeah, I see that as well. All right, let's take a look at your head-to-head. Or rather the team stats first. So, yeah, like we said, Fatma, it's quiet for TRX, right? Not a lot of eliminations, but they did claim a victory. In fact, Twiz usually gets a lot of claps. This time around, no claps for him. Did get one knock and a bit of damage. Nurzan, also with the one elimination there. Not too sure how you pronounce is it? How would you say that, Fatman? Is it Miss Double A? The player name there? M1S double A. Anyway.
Yeah, probably M1S double A. So obviously in that match 7 we had 65 kills. Look at those grenade eliminations, man. 12 grenade eliminations. Like I said, the amount of nades it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen this many nades.
I think, Fatman, that's how you sort of see the difference between pros and amateurs. So yeah, nade eliminations looking wild tonight, and yeah, 12 of them. All right, here's your head-to-head Avalanche TRX towards the end there. 9 eliminations there for Avalanche, Fatman.
Yeah, Avalanche doing very good there. Almost making it towards the end with 9 eliminations. That helps a lot towards that 14 total points they have. But the story of that game is, of course, T-Rex met 16 total points. Only 6 eliminations. They were a bit slow to start, but got there in the end.
Yeah, no, it's not how you win the race, but it's if you win the race. And yes, T-Rex did indeed get the chicken dinner. All right, so we've got 3 more matches left, Fatman. Let's perhaps see your top players for this match. First, we'll take a look at the MVP. And yeah, so it was Tanjiro, 5 eliminations. Not too bad. So that was, of course, for the team of Phantom. They didn't quite make it to the end, but he definitely helped his team climb that ranks a bit.
Yeah, good shot there from Tanjiro. 5 eliminations all by himself. Got 6 knocks though. Survived almost to the end. Just about 5 or 6 minutes short. And we'll definitely keep an eye on him.
All right, let's take a look at your top players for match 2 tonight. Like we saw there, Tanjiro in it with 5 eliminations. You got Asima also in here, or Kasima rather. Assorti. So there's Assorti again, Fatman. I did mention Assorti. Also keeping his name in the mix and definitely doing it for his team, Vox. And BAZA also have a player in the mix here. All right, let's take a look at match rankings for match 2 tonight. Of course, we saw at TRX. They got the chicken dinner. They got the most points out of that game, 16 in total. But a lot of other interesting things happening on this rankings. Fat man, Avalanche getting second there.
Yeah, look at it. Vox, they went out. If I remember correctly, it was in 13th position, Matt, but they had 9 kills. So 9 points helped them get up there, stay up there on the leaderboard, I would rather say, and got them 5th place basically in match 7.
Yep. And so, right, let's take a look. After match 7 matches tonight, let's see what the leaderboard has to say. Overall rankings, or rather, first, before we get to that, overall top players thus far. And there you go, Assorti now with 29, I think it is there, Fat Man.
Yeah, 29 kills for Sorti, as the graphic shows us there. And then Kasima, 21, and Molodoi, hope I said that correct, 22, Dark with 23, and Todd with 17. We did see a bit of Todd there in that game match. Really not a bad player.
Yeah, Todd, he does good things, and well, currently 5th in the leader for or on the cards for overall top players. But the overall standings looks a bit like this. Vox still in the lead there, but Avalanche creeping closer ever so slightly, and TRX now also in the mix.
Yeah, TRX only got 6 kills, Matt. Like I said, they were a bit slow to start off, but that chicken dinner definitely helped. Mad in 4th. Phantom, they jumped up quite a bit on that leaderboard, finding themselves very close to the top now, as well as BAZA on 58 points.
All right, yeah. So that's after 7 matches. We still got 3 left tonight. Up next, going to be Miramar, and then Rondo, and we'll finish things off with Erangel tonight. All right, Fat Man. So there you go. 7 matches done, 3 to go.
Yeah, I must say, quite impressed with that game, Matt. It's a shame that we missed the first one. I'm sure it was quite interesting as well, but we still have 3 games to go, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
All right. So with that, Miramar coming up next. But first, we'll take a short little break. We'll see you in a bit. Man, back at it. 3 more games coming your way. Up next, going to be Miramar. Different game. Should be some interesting battles we see out there.
Definitely, we're about to head into our third game of the evening. Miramar, always interesting. It's a big map, Matt. A lot of long range fighting. So let's see who comes out on top this time.
Yeah, so we'll see what the flight path says. See which of these locations are in play in a bit. But yeah, like I said, in fact, it's going to be a north to south sort of flight path, dead smack in the center of the map. And so one of the places there, you got Picardo, Power Grids, and Martin might see a few of these teams, as well as what's that? Minas Generales, Junkyard, Cruz de Val, El Pozo. Haven't seen El Pozo in a bit, I have to say. But I tell you what, apart from that, now this match, Mad Bulls, they got to bring it. They have what it takes. They are my team for this. Sort of decided a while ago. It's the team I want to see progress to the end and get a chicken dinner. Now, this time around, they got to bring it.
Look, I think I'm gonna back TRX, Matt. TRX or BAZA. Sticking with those two.
BAZA, not a bad shout. There you go, Circle. Now making an appearance there. A lot of teams up north. In fact, one of those teams, ONBACK. Now, ONBACK, Fat Man, not a good outing for them. I'd like to see them potentially, change things up a bit. And towards the end, that's you see them eliminated very early on, and so I'd like to see them fight it out a bit.
Sorry, Matt. Seem to have lost a bit of audio there for a second. A bit of choppiness here on my side. But yeah, Matt, we're going to have... well, I need to start... I need to just give me a game or two. I'll start knowing these teams inside and out pretty soon.
Here we go, TBS now meeting up here with Mad Bulls, and Mad Bulls in trouble, Fat Man. 77 down for the count. Flip also down. You got Lemon up on this hill. He's going to have to come to the rescue for the team, just like that. One player down for Mad Bulls. I might have spoken too soon there, Fat Man. Mad Bulls, not a good start.
Seems like they might have just found themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time. Seems like that's kind of the norm. As one back. Sorry, man, I said one pack.
ONBACK, I think it is, Fat Man.
ONBACK fighting here, getting knocked down. 2 players down for them already, and they're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, so that's actually what I said there, Fat Man. ONBACK, they don't seem to find their feet. They get sent packing very, very early on every single match, and I wanted to see a bit more from ONBACK. Now you got X6 here up on the hill. It's up to him and Tycho. X6 just going to waste a bit of ammo there on that vehicle. Doesn't quite work. Teammate will pick him up. They'll try and fight another day. Now here you go with Dark, right? So this is Vox, Fat Man. Currently in the lead, they are 120 points. This time around, already one elimination. A Sortie, we saw his name amongst the MVPs. In fact, I think he's currently leading the MVP list there.
Yeah, you are correct in saying that, Matt. Now, Mad Bulls, they're going to have to play it slow from here on out. As a ROSCAR, this is Tokyo. They seem to have already lost a player, Matt. Unfortunate for them. TBSS on 4 kills and still a full squad, so that's good.
Yeah, TBS, they're going to need to do something this match as well. Currently, they are quite low on that leaderboard, sitting in 11th at the moment. Already 4 eliminations for them. 17 teams remain. So we haven't lost a team just yet. This is, of course, Miramar. It might take some time until we see a team get sent back to that lobby. And so as things go on, for the time being, these guys will just I'll just get their hands on that loot. You did say it earlier when we got in this, Fatman. For Miramar, you need those long-range weapons, right?
Definitely so, but seems like the norm is that shotgun with the M4 or the AUG. But we've seen these players, Matt, they can spray pretty far. Even the shotgun, the other night, don't know if you remember, I was testing it. You can hit a player from far away with that shotgun if you really want to.
Yeah, all depends how you handle it, how quickly your fingers can tap that fire button. If you know how it works, shotgun can be a very, very powerful weapon for you. So take a look at ROSCAR Prime. They did lose one player, and that's nobody for the time being. Tokyo just going to chill out. Not in the mood for a fight just yet. These guys are going to have to get points in order to climb the leaderboard. Take a look at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for last chance. He's got that Mini 14. Now, that's one weapon we see a lot on Miramar, Fatman.
Mini 14, it's actually one of my favorite weapons. If you know how to use it, Matt, can definitely do some damage. Last chance. They fighting the blue currently. Only one kill for them thus far. But they did do good in that previous game, eh, Matt?
Yeah, last chance. Didn't do too bad, in fact. But now in a bit of trouble here because here goes TRX. That's by the likes of H. He's got that M4 paired with the 3x scope. He might pick off a few players here for last chance. And I do think they are fighting TBS as well from behind. So in a bit of trouble. But back to the Mini 14, Fat Man. Another weapon I haven't seen in a long time is the SKS. I don't know if it still exists.
It does. It does. It's just not one of the easiest weapons to handle, or one of the most sought after weapons, I might say, Matt. So yeah, it's still there. That's SKS just has that Miramar vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah. So SKS. I usually pair it with the Mini. I sort of put them side by side, and so when we mention SKS, or rather, if we mention Mini 14, I always think of the SKS as well. But yeah, so now here we go. TRX, Fat Man, that's your team. H in a bit of trouble, but he gets the player out for last chance, and I do think, speaking on a correction, last chance might be up out of here, perhaps. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll find out soon. Yeah, I think they are sent packing, Fat Man.
I want to agree with you, Matt. I think that is it for last chance. I do think they've been sent back to the lobby. The zone made its shift, staying quite centralized. We have Picado as well as Tumakera still in play. A bit of Los Leones, not too much. We'll see what the zone does.
16 team remain. BAZA team. There we saw a bit of action from them, or quite a lot of action in Erangel. But we'll see if BAZA can do something this time around. It's ROSCAR Prime. These guys just chilling out. They got all the time in the world. They're not in a mood to engage. Not yet.
I might just be waiting for those final zones, Matt, where you can get a lot of third parties. That's another thing about Miramar, Matt, is that the third parties are just insane towards those final zones now. Yeah, at Mad Bulls Pusher 77, very low on the HP, Matt, and keeps losing HP. Not too sure what's going on there, as ROSCAR Prime now finds themselves in a world of trouble.
Yeah, ROSCAR Prime. You see, that's the problem, Fatman. They just chilled out and they weren't expecting, nor were they in the mood for a fight, I don't think. And so easy as you like for them. For Vox, I think it is. Lays, he's going to be out for the count. Tokyo sides, he's just going to chill out even more. You got Seiko also still in this. And yeah, you said it, back with Mad Bulls, Fat Man. Not too sure what these guys are up to. Perhaps they don't have a vehicle. Lemon just going to use his legs here. Going to run for it.
Yeah, they are very deep in the blue zone indeed, Matt. They're going to have to find a vehicle pretty soon. I don't think Pusher has a lot of mates to keep fighting this blue zone. So Lemon on the charge, looking for a vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, Fat Man. I think they're stuck in this blue for too long as Remind gets taken out in the kill feed now. Fight between Rain as well as Vox. Flux going to go out for Dope. Dope Esports also down 2 players.
Quite a few teams that's taken some damage already, Matt. We've only lost one, which is, of course, Last Chance. Now, Vox already on 4 kills, so they definitely on the charge, not afraid of anything, as New Wave Hope, 0 kills, Matt, for them thus far. And the teams, I feel like they're going to quiet down now a little bit. It's going to be a bit of the calm before the storm.
Yeah, so New Wave Hope, they got a player by the name of Vodka, which you saw a bit from last night. A bit of fragger things. And that's Vodka. In fact, we didn't see a lot from him in Erangel, but we'll keep our eye on him and the boys and the team of New Wave. Thus, at the moment, in fact, they are in a battle here with TIAM. We've got YF. We saw YF, of course, losing out to the blue in Erangel. And question now remains here, who's going to walk out alive here? I don't think TIAM, they're in a bit of trouble here because they're stuck in this compound. If the right nade hits, it's trouble for them. There goes Serena.
Yeah, and just like that, that gives the opportunity for the other team. That's, of course, New Wave Hope to push in a little bit more aggressively. I think it was a bit of a lost chance, Matt. Now, shotguns flying as New Wave's Hope's player goes down there. Shotgun in return. And the thirst, just like that, Matt. Players jumping out of the windows, left, right, and center.
Yes, TIAM in trouble here as New Wave almost comes in like a wave here, Fatman. It's shotgun versus shotgun. It's up to YF here, I think. He's the last one standing for the team. 2 players down for the count. Can YF keep his team alive? He's going to try and get the thirst down here. Uses that building as a sort of cover. Gets an easy clap. Another clap. New Wave down to 1 player as well. It's a 1v1 situation happening. Oh, Fatman Kenzo. Oh! Wow. Lucky Kenzo, but he lost 2 players in return. Expensive fight for New Wave, Fatman.
That quick peek and fire, Matt, that was absolutely insane. Now Vox, Aragon firing away with that shotgun as well. Vox got 1 player down. That's a sortie, currently knocked out. Cooking a couple of nades. Nades flying in everywhere, and that's a double nade. Royal and Midsa going down to a nade there. Of course, that's Rain.
Yeah, Rain versus... You got one odd player in there, Fatman. Isn't that interesting? That's Hugo, I think it is, for Dope Esports. But it's Vox versus Rain. And I think, yeah, Rain will be out of here, but now 1 more player left for Dope Esports. That's interesting.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Vox, Matt, they did lose a player there in the midst of that fight, and just like that, Dope gets eliminated. So I'm sure a nade made its way up into that building, up into that second story.
Yeah, and there you go. Dope Esports out of here. Vox live to fight another day here. Sortie back on his feet. This time around, it's Aragon with the 4 eliminations. 7 in total there for Vox Esports. or are they just Vox? Not too sure. But yeah, like you said, Remind, unfortunately, did have to give his life for that battle. Now, 12 teams remain. Zone might shift in a bit. 37 players remain. We're on the heels of Miramar. So, Fat Man, third match tonight, or rather, this is our third one, right? So 2 more matches after this.
Yeah, we still have, I believe it's a Rondo and a Erangel coming up, Matt. Not too sure. Can you remind me?
I think that's correct. So Rondo, we saw 1 Rondo tonight. We saw 1 Erangel. It's our first Miramar of the night, and I do believe, like you said, another Erangel will make its way, and then another Rondo. Zone are also going to shrink in.
Yeah, 15 minutes into the game already, Matt. Zone, like you said, in the next 8 seconds or so, will close in yet again. And let's see now. This is going to be open playing field, Matt. Very little compounds to contend with, just a couple of rolling hills. We've got that road section as well. We already have a couple of teams situated in that zone. Vox, they're pretty spread out as we look at a Sorty Dog and Aragon. Very, very spread out. Maybe just gathering some information and trying to figure out where will be the best place to call home for the next zone.
Yeah, so another team we saw there on the map, and that's a team called Avalanche, right? So one of the teams that definitely knows how to play the game of PUBG. Last night claimed 2 chicken dinners. This time around in Miramar, we haven't seen any action from them yet. They are second on the leaderboard. That is Avalanche. So we'll see what they can deliver, what they can offer. But Vox sitting pretty on the top there, and already 7 eliminations in this match.
Yeah, I guess the only good thing for the other teams, Matt, is the fact that Vox is down to a 3-ball now. We've got Phantom. They pushing in hard here on Vox, and we have Avalanche up in the distance as well. Sorty takes a bit of damage with that shotgun long range. We just spoke about that, Matt. And then TBS firing away at a lot of teams rotating in, and absolute pandemonium.
It's trouble here for TBS. Rafi 7. He's low on the HP. He nearly got a clap down there on a Sorty, but the rest of the Vox boys came to the rescue. Now, TBS still a full team, but if Vox can have a say in this, it might not be for long. Now, Avalanche also going to come in as a third party. Ooh, Vox out of here. And TBS in trouble because Avalanche will take over right from Vox and where they left off.
Avalanche 3-ball, but TBS currently has 2 players down. 1 player there on the Dixie flank. That's, of course, player 6. So player 6 firing blindly into the smoke there, making his way back to the compound as he takes a bit of damage there from across the road. He doesn't know that the whole Avalanche team has already crossed that road and pushed on up. Romania squad, Matt, they eliminated as well. So, nade there. TBS in trouble.
Yeah, Avalanche is going to come in here and chuck a ton of nades into the action. Like we said there, Avalanche down 2 players. Already lost 1. Can Butcher get the raise down on his teammate here? He might just have a chance. He's going to need all the help he can get if they want to try and stay in this match, Fat Man. But TBS now also getting chance to get up on the bandages. The problem for TBS, they are down to 1 player.
Yeah, player 6, Matt. Only player left standing for TBS. And, of course, in the lead for his team with 3 kills as well. Now we look at PMCS as they go down to Zenith. Zenith on 3 kills. 2 players standing. Already lost 2. Unfortunate for them. So PMCS, they out of here.
Yeah, we're losing a lot of teams now, Fat Man. Because like you said, there's not a lot of cover And so the only battles or the only place to sort of hide in is the compound. The problem is when you're in this compound, one nade can mean the end for you. In fact, one team that's still in this is Mad Bulls. Got Pusher as well as Lemon in a fight now. 7 teams in this tiny zone. BAZA still in it. Full squad for them. And I tell you what, Fatman, we're going to lose a lot of teams rather soon now. It's going to be quick.
This is where you want to be a full squad. And as things stand, man, BAZA, the only team left standing with all members alive. We've got new hope there. Just healing up there in the blue zone. It seems seems to not have a plan, yeah?
Problem is, N definitely has his number. That's Kenzo now in trouble for New Wave. But yeah, like I said, N was just waiting for the opportunity, but I think it was the play zone in the end there, Fatman, that took out New Wave Hope. And all of a sudden, 6 teams remain. BAZA, you said it's still a full squad.
Now, look, if there was ever a bad time to be on a roof, I'm going to say, Ganji, get off there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be on a roof. I think he heard you there.
5 teams remaining, Matt. 5 teams remaining. And BAZA, I think BAZA might have the upper hand here, Matt. They've got zone. They've got a full squad. And they're fighting against pretty thinned out squads here. But now BAZA losing 1 player.
I think that's TBS now, right? So, I tell you what, we can definitely say with confidence that there are some teams here that has a player here and there that could clutch things out all by themselves. Not too sure if TBS has that player. That's player 6. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and potentially do it for his team. But yeah, BAZA losing 1 player. Down to 10 players now in this zone. 5 teams remain. That's by the likes of AVALANCHE. You've got Mad Bull still in this. BAZA, like we said, TBS with 1 player. In fact, there he goes.
I wanted to say if player 6 can clutch this out, Matt, he might as well change his name to player 1. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Mad Bulls firing away here. Oh, they could get the kill here. That nade seems to be on point.
Yeah, Lemon now. Oh, he's just picking players off one by one. That's Lemon, fat man. Can Mad Bulls get their first chicken dinner? I tell you what, I'll be smiling from ear to ear if that's the case. They still have Lemon. They still have Pusher. They've got 5 eliminations, but they are up against BAZA. It's a 3v2.
Problem here is that Mad Bulls will have to move towards BAZA here, it seems, Matt, as BAZA has control of that zone. They've got 1 player on the roof, 2 other players comfortably in that compound there. So not an easy challenge here or easy feat ahead of Mad Bulls.
Yeah, I think BAZA certainly has the upper hand. It seems like all of the players have their spots chosen. Everyone's in place for BAZA. The moment Mad Bull steps out, might be trouble for them. However, you got to give it up to Lemon here. He's using those smokes quite nicely. He still has 3 in the bag. But SS is just waiting. He's waiting for his opportunity. The moment he spots Pusher or Lemon, it'll be trouble.
Incredible amount of smokes that these players carry, Matt. That is quite impressive. And just like that, Mad Bulls has made it to zone. I must say, very impressive.
Yeah, they made it in a good use of that smokes, fat man. And take a look at this now, right? Pusher, he's just waiting. He's going to cook a molly. The problem is there he goes. He made himself known. Pusher. Oh, unfortunately, that leaves Lemon now having to fight it all out by himself. Gets 1 player. That's Lemon. He needs to reload. He gets another.
Oh.
Boom!
Oh, Lemon.
What a play, Fat Man. Jeez. Absolute rampage. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And there you go. Mad Bulls getting that first win. Wow, what a play. Save that for the highlight reel.
Yes, Matt, I hope you're happy because Mad Bulls got the chicken dinner, like you said. And Lemon, let's just have a look. Saw that again. Excellent work.
Yeah, he clutched out beautifully. And it was the shotgun, Fat Man. It was the shotgun that had the final say there. That's what you want to have. I nearly thought at the time when he was reloading, I thought, damn, not a good time to reload. But it worked out for him. And that's Mad Bulls now also on the cards with a win. Beautiful play.
That was impressive, Matt. Must say, Lemon, 5 kills for his team, 3 knocks, 515 damage, and 2 assists there. So excellent work there from him. Mad Bulls walking away with the chicken dinner and 8 kills. So good outing for them on Miramar.
Great outing for Mad Bulls. Let's take a look at your head-to-head there towards the end. Before we get to that, it's going to be the match summary. This time, less nades, Fat Man.
Considerably less nades, Matt. Seeing as how the nades flew around there towards the end, it's quite surprising that we have less nade eliminations. But nonetheless, what an interesting game.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, yeah, there's your head-to-head. It's Mad Bulls in the lead there. Well, one less elimination. TBS, I think it was their Fat Man that got one more. But 18 points they can take away Fat Man for this match. That's Mad Bulls.
Yeah, 18 points for Mad Bulls. And then, of course, TBS, player 6 there towards the end. Solo getting a few kills, just didn't make it towards that podium.
MVP this time around. In fact, you just said his name there, Fat Man. Player 6, 4 eliminations. He survived for the longest time ever there. 21 minutes. It was unfortunate. He didn't have the rest of the team to help him out. And however, did get himself that most valuable player for Miramar tonight.
Now, the top players for match 8, of course, we have player 6 with 4, Lemon with 5, Aragon with 4, Tona Pe with 3, and Rafi from TBS with 2 eliminations. So, yeah, excellent work all around. Look at that. Aragon as well as player 6. Exactly the same amount of damage. How do you like that?
Yep. That's your top players for match 8. Mad Lemon this time around doing it for his team. In fact, there's your match rankings. Mad getting 18 points out of this game. They got 10 placement points, of course. That's the chicken dinner bringing that. But it's also the eliminations that adds to the score and closing this match out. But it was TBS that came in second and Avalanche in third with 9 points, but it's gonna help them. Of course, I do think Fatman Avalanche going into match 8 were second on the leaderboard. So all the points you can get to try and get to that top spot.
Yeah, I think they just creeped up on Vox there with 2 extra points. So Vox should still be in the lead. Sortie, of course, still the top player with 30 eliminations.
Yeah, Matt Lehman now also joining the top players there. Currently in 5th, he did really, really well. Dark, also great player for Vox, always brings his side for the team. He needs a few more, 6 to join a sortie. All right, so now 2 matches left, Fat Man. It is going to be Rondo. Of course, Rondo always offers a lot of kills and a lot of eliminations. But before we get into Rondo, your overall standings looks like this. It's Vox, like you said, they're in the lead, 127 points. Avalanche in second. Mad Bulls sitting in third. That win definitely helped them.
Yeah, Mad Bulls jumping up there. TRX just on shorts on their heels. But look at 5 and 6. Phantom Esports and BAZA, 2 points separating them.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So that's your top teams overall standings. ONBACK. Oh, they got to do something, perhaps just to keep the pride. But like we said, 2 matches left. 2 matches left. Rondo and Erangel. Miramar, great match this time around. 3 different chicken dinners. Vox got the first one. Erangel was won there by T-Rex. And then Mad got Miramar. All right, Fat Man.
2 games left. We're going to jump into a Rondo, Matt, and that always proves to be exciting. A lot of kills, and yeah, can't wait.
All right. So before we get to that, we'll take a short little break. We'll catch you in Rondo coming up next. All right. So, Fat Man, 3 games done. We've got 2 more coming your way. Up next, gonna be Rondo, and we'll finish it off with Erangel tonight. But more importantly, Rondo is gonna change things up quite a bit.
Yeah, of course, in Rondo we do have the recall, or the recall towers, as we call them. So a lot of teams will get a lot of kills, Matt. A lot of kills, and it will prove to be interesting.
So with that, right. So the leaderboard, we'll take a look in a second as that pylon comes up. But I think Vox, like we saw, Fat Man, still in the lead. But there is some of these teams that could potentially come in and take over from them. One of them is Avalanche. Mad Bulls, perhaps still in this, maybe with a chance. 2 more matches left. They're going to have to bring it.
If we look at the flight path, it's coming there from the northwestern side, heading to the northeastern side. So Jadena City will be in play. Taste Track will be in play. Seems like we had a double flight path, Matt, if I'm not mistaken. The zones made its appearance. So Jiaotin would be the main area, as well as Fongtan and Yulin will be the main play areas that we have starting off with tonight.
Yeah, so in Rondo, Fat Man, it's always Test Track and Factory that brings the early action. In fact, a lot of teams finding their way there in Test Track. And so one of those teams is Vox. But now the action on the right-hand side of your screen, that's PMCS. I've got Team Rain here. Oh, there goes Royal, down for the count. Might see him again in this match. But PMCS Yankee already 2 eliminations on the cards for PMCS. Like we always say, Rondo, that's the map where things can change quite a bit. Asima with the JS9. Now, that's a weapon a lot of these players come to love, Fat Man.
Oh, it's an absolute lovely weapon as Molodoi of Avalanche gets taken out. And yeah, another Avalanche player, that's Groza77, taken out as well. Now, Avalanche currently finding themselves in second place on 108 points, Matt. They've lost 2 players already, but I'm sure they will head on over to that recall tower pretty soon. A sortie from Vox now also eliminated. And yeah, Avalanche, this is trouble for them.
Avalanche. Now that's the problem, Fatman. You need at least one more. You need one player in it to do the recalls, right? If you lose the entire squad, you're sent packing back to the lobby for you. And so Avalanche, they just need to make sure they keep one player in this. TBS now also going to join in on the action. Zenith, that's a team that's new on the cards tonight. Haven't seen a lot from them. Already 3 eliminations.
I was about to say, Matt, they already have 3 eliminations thus far, and this is Rondo, so you can really rack up those kill points. I mean, we have personally seen teams come in with 20, 25 kills in a single Rondo game, so that will definitely mix things up on the leaderboard if you can pull a game through like that.
Yeah, Derry now spots Dope Esports here. He's got Hugo already down for the count. Flux 77 down on the HP. But again, Fat Man ONBACK just in trouble. Hacked currently down. Still 17 teams in this. No teams out of the count just yet as Derry going to step on this roof. And I'll take a look at this. Both of the players here load the nade. Who's going to have the best throw? Oh, nice little throw there from Zenith. Gets BBS out of here.
Dope Esports currently have Flux 77 knocked out, but they don't seem to be too bothered by that for now. They do have no back or on back. Apologize for that. Phantom Esports We've got Man pushing in, getting the kill, getting the thirst, getting back in the buggy and getting out of there. That's like a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am, and I'll be on my way.
Yeah, Phantom Esports. They started off really well in night one. That was last night, but in the meantime, sort of losing out. Currently sitting in 5th spot. That's Phantom. 62 points for the team. But the action still continuing here at the factory. Fat Man Derry, he's on a rampage. It seems like he's in the mood. He doesn't have an elimination just yet, but he's definitely in the mood for a fight. Dark, now that's what another player got to keep your eyes on.
I haven't seen Dark tonight, Matt. You spoke a lot about him. He's yet to show me what he's all about. But Fox definitely making trouble. They're already on 6 eliminations. They're still a full squad. Now we've got CPLM as he gets knocked out there from behind by who other than Vox.
Vox, Fat Man, 7 eliminations already in this match. And they're not going to let go anytime soon. Man, now just coming in out of nowhere. He's got that JS9. He's got the AKM. Ooh, man. He's going to make life really hard here for Vox, but not if they have a say in it.
At least he got 2 sneaky kills there. First on the when you were just parking there with the buggy, getting the kill and getting out of it, and now got Aragon from Vox. But I'm sure they'll head on over to that recall tower, get him back in play now. Sorty pushing with that shotgun.
Yeah,
just like how you see these players from Vox, man, not one guy is ever on his own. They're always a 2-man team, and they're always pushing together, either as 2 or as a full squad. And that might just be the secret.
Definitely the secret for them. That's Vox. Now, Vox, I think last time we saw they've got 7 eliminations, and they might be one of those teams, Fatman, that can make it a 20 bomb. Now, Mad Bulls, they already have 5 eliminations, still a full squad. Zone, getting tiny already. However, as you can see there, 15 teams still in it. And the thing about Rondo, Fatman, is it depends where that zone ends. Last night, we saw a couple of mountain finishes. And so when a mountain is in play, you just see so much third-party action and around that mountain, around the hill. So we'll see what Rondo delivers tonight. But thus far, Vox in the mood for a chicken dinner.
Well, it's good to see the Mad Bulls, Matt, still a full team. Well, most of the teams are still full teams. Of course, the recall towers help with that. Now, New Wave, Hope, Kenzo in trouble, tried to fight it out, ran straight into that Molotov cocktail. At least he's got vodka here to help him up. And then Romania squad, man, haven't seen much of them tonight. They haven't done too much as one of their players goes down as well.
Yeah, Romania squad, they're sort of one of those teams that they hang on. You see their name in the kill feed here and there, but still shy of a chicken dinner, still shy of a top 5 finish. That's Romania squad. So see if they can do that now. But Mad Flip, they've got Team Rainier inside as Flip with that org. 5 eliminations, like we said, already 4 Mad Bulls now taking on Rain. Rain also still a full squad.
Rain only on 1 elimination thus far, Matt. So they're not taking an advantage of the fact that we're playing Rondo. Well, not just yet. They're just looting up after coming in there with a third party. I believe that was on Romania squad.
Yeah, so now Fatman Zone gonna shrink in. 15 teams remain, 59 players. That's the thing about Rondo. You you'll see that remaining players go up and down until the recall towers shuts down for the match. As of now, still a lot of players in this. In fact, the zone will close in 20 seconds on the clock. I have to say now, Fat Man, we saw 3 matches already tonight. And so different chicken dinners across the board. Mad got 1, Vox got 1, T-Rex got 1 chicken dinner. Will we see another new team join the winners list, or you think it will be more of the known squads? Maybe Vox, maybe Mad again. BAZA, that's a team that could still come in this. Avalanche, but I think we lost Avalanche actually. No, they're in this.
Avalanche still in it, Matt. A bunch of teams that could still do it. I think it's all going to depend on where you find yourself in those final zones. Of course, the zone made its shift yet again all the way to the western side. I don't see a lot of compounds in there, so we might just have an all-out war as Romania squad under fire again and gets eliminated as easy as that. PMCS also now fighting, I believe, that is with Avalanche. New Hope squad, Matt, still a full squad and 9 eliminations for them.
Yeah, so they're not doing too bad. They're not doing too bad just yet. Here goes Vodka. 3x scope, hit with that M4. Now, this is sort of the weapon combinations we see, Fat Man. A lot of these players make sure they have a shotgun in the bag and then some sort of AR. Interesting. It's sort of interesting to see how these players pair up the weapons. We see a bit of M4 action, and then you see the AUG. Sometimes, obviously, the JS9, much beloved weapon. In fact, there is Steezy with the AUG and an S12K. So, speaking of weapon combinations, what would you say is a good combination?
Well, Matt, personally, you know me, I'm a big fan of the Scar L. I haven't really gotten comfortable with a shotgun yet, so still trying to figure out what is the shotgun for me. Not sure. I guess if I have to choose one, it's most probably the DBS or the S12K.
Yeah, the S12K, we see that. We see that all the time. I think that's the shotgun these guys like. The DBS, great shotgun as well. Great shotgun as well. But the AUG, now that's a weapon we see all the time. In fact, remind, he's got that AUG. 12 eliminations now for Vox, Fat Man. Still a full squad. And all of the teammates there carrying their own. I think it's only one player there with 1 elimination. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Also still a full squad in this.
Avalanche only on 1 kill, Matt. BAZA now, they've got 3 kills in the bag. The zone's made it shift yet again. Now, this time around, moving all the way to the eastern side. So, just like that, Matt, we've got a couple of compounds in play as New WAVExHOPE now find themselves in a bit of trouble yet again. One player, that's Vodka, left standing, firing away with that shotgun and almost got the clap there on BAZA, almost got the clap there on N.
Unfortunately for New WAVExHOPE, that will be it for them in Rondo. Now, 11 teams remain. Fatman, 38 players still in this. We'll see a lot of teams just get picked off. In fact, here goes Mitsa fighting I think is that T-Rex? Yeah, so T-Rex now in the blue. So Mitsa fires off a few shots. Only 1 elimination for them. They did lose 2 players. That's Rain Esports. TRX, Twiz and the boys. Now, Twiz, that's another player that did a bit of damage last night. Haven't seen a lot from Twiz tonight. Still has 2 matches left to try and come up in that leaderboard for the MVP, Fatman. But until then, the action continues. Yes, TM.
TM, haven't seen much from them as ONBACK Esports gets eliminated in 11th place. Only 2 kills for them this time around, Matt. Now, TM, I feel like it's one of those teams. They've got the potential. They've got that X factor, that chance to surprise us all. They just haven't been putting everything together.
Yeah, haven't quite found their feet just yet. That's the problem. But I mean, we saw it from Mad Bulls, right? I've been psyching them up the entire night, and in our previous match, they finally brought the action. And in fact, speaking of them, they are still a full squad. 6 eliminations already in this match for them now. The problem is zone shrinking in. And there's only a glimpse of a compound in that zone, Fat Man.
Yes, and it seems like BAZA might be the team to occupy that little compound corner there for the time being. TM on 4 kills now. So they're doing something. ROSCAR Prime eliminated on 4 kills. BAZA currently on 8 kills. So they've been quite impressive this time around, as well as the last game, Matt. Well, actually, overall tonight, they haven't been doing too bad now. Mad Bulls lighting up the kill feed, but Vox also lighting up the kill feed, taking out Avalanche's Butcher there. Now Molodoi, please, I hope I'm saying that correct, taken out, and that is all she wrote for Avalanche.
Avalanche out of here. Now up to Vox, Mad Bulls, teams going out one by one. That zone's very small, but now Mad Bulls in trouble. They've got Lemon knocked, as well as 77. And then TIAM, we mentioned them, Fat Man, as well. They are still a full squad, but I have to say, BAZA doing really nice things this match around. They are 5th on the leaderboard. That's BAZA. They're far away from the top. They still got to go a long way. In fact, half of the points they'll need. So they're on 16 points. They need another 60 to catch up to Vox. I don't think they'll catch up, but they can certainly come in and potentially get podium. Time will tell. We've got one match left after this, so they have to make it count now.
Well, they've got the potential to definitely upset a couple of those top teams. Might not catch Vox or Avalanche, but the rest of the teams, they're not out of the woods.
5 teams now remain. It's 15 players in this tiny zone. In fact, the zone will shift one more time. Downrange, you've got Ganji for BAZA. Very close there to remind from Vox. Now, question is, can SS get into the final part of the zone? Like we said, no cover to speak of, so you're going to need smokes. You're going to need perhaps a lost rocks, anything for cover. We've seen these players use the vehicles for cover as well, Fat Man. So perhaps we'll see a bit of that. But now 5 teams remain, and it's going to be very, very quick for some of these teams to lose out.
Yeah, Vox, Matt, they down to 1 player. Mad Bulls, they might just get another chicken dinner here. They're still a full squad, man. So that's a good thing to see. BAZA, obviously, full squad. TIAM, they a full squad. TRX down to 1 player. So, like you said, 5 teams remaining as Twiz gets out of the way just in the nick of time, but then runs into a nade there from YF. That's TIAM with the nade. TIAM now on 6 eliminations, and TRX eliminated in 5th place. They had 9 eliminations for them. Now, Pusher, what can he do? Mad Bulls still a full squad. TIAM coming under fire.
Yeah, so I have to say, Fat Man, Mad Bulls potentially another chicken dinner on the cards for them. Pusher just going to pick off TIAM. He's got this Lambo for cover. He's also got these rocks, triangles there for cover as well. TIAM in a bit of trouble, down 1 player. Got 8 eliminations, but he's taking a lot of heat. That's Celebi, and there you go, Vox. Sent packing it down to Mad Bulls and TIAM 4v2 at the moment here, Fat Man.
Yeah, Mad Bulls taking another chicken dinner. I don't see TIAM doing this, Matt.
Well, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. You got Celebi Salibi with a beautiful nade coming in from 77. Oh, it just missed, but there you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Mad Bulls back to back. Beautiful play from them. Great
That
team
will
effort.
definitely help them get up on that leaderboard. Mad Bulls, mate, like you said, back to back winner, winner chicken dinners.
Have a look at that last little play. I almost thought this one nade was going to take out what was left of TM. They see that nade coming in there, fat man. And then Lemon decides to step out and finish the match. Great play, Mad Bulls. Doing what they do best this time around. Back to back.
Excellent work there from Mad Bulls. Like I said, it will help them get up on that leaderboard, Matt. And yeah, one more game left. Can they do it 3 in a row?
Oh, that will be interesting. That will be interesting. All right, there's your team stats. This time around, Mad Bulls again doing a great team effort. Have to say, I think they've pulled the team together better this match because, as you can see there, all of the players doing their part. It was flipped this time around with a 4, but 77. Till I wish I knew how to say. I think it's how would you say that name there, fat man? Is it Tulaika? We'll just say Tulaika, 77, 5 eliminations.
Yeah, Tulika with 5, Tulaika 6 grenade eliminations this time around with 105 total eliminations. Of course, that's because of those recall towers. Nonetheless, it was quite eventful and exciting game.
Very exciting game. It's our second to last game tonight for the World Champions League Season 2. And so your head-to-head looks a bit like this. It was Mad Bulls against Vox this time around. 20 eliminations for Vox. So these guys definitely know how to eliminate a few players and getting themselves 20. But it was Mad Bulls that got the placement points and walking out with 25 points. Now, it's interesting, Fat Man, that even though Mad got a chicken dinner, Vox also got 25 points. So that is that's interesting. That will definitely elevate them even further on that leaderboard as we take a look at your top players.
Yeah, it's all about those 20 eliminations that Vox got, Matt. So of course Dark with 7, Sorty with 6, and Tulika or Tulika. Well, sorry, Tulika is not part of Vox, but nevertheless, Vox 25 points because of those 20 eliminations.
It's interesting there. You've got 2 players from Vox and 3 from Mad Bulls joining your top players. So very, very interesting. But Assorti just always joining that top players. In fact, I think is in the lead for the MVP. As we take a look at your match rankings, Mad walking away with the candy there tonight, or shall we rather say the chicken dinner. But they got the most points there. Together with Vox, both 25 points.
Yeah, I think it will be very cool if Mad can make it 3 chicken dinners in a row. Might be a little bit too late, Matt, but entertaining.
Entertaining, for sure. For sure. It will be cool to see a 3 in a row or a 3-peat. But time will tell. That's going to be Erangel, our next match. Overall top players, like we said there, Assorti in the lead. His teammate Dark joining him also with 31 eliminations. As 2 players there from Avalanche. Also in your top players, and Pusher closing out the top players there in 5th with 21 eliminations. All right, so Fat Man, we'll take a look shortly now at the overall rankings going into our final match. And with Vox taking 25 points in our last rondo, it leaves them with 152. Avalanche, not enough for them to catch up. I don't think there's a possibility. They're going to definitely try, but I think maybe, perhaps Vox just running away with it now.
Well, Matt, besides that, just look at Avalanche. Now, all of a sudden, they're under pressure from Mad Bulls. Those 2 in a row chicken dinners just left them 2 points behind Avalanche with 1 game to go.
Avalanche definitely going to have to pull together to try and stay in the second spot. But your top three, Vox, Avalanche, as well as Mad. Right. Okay. So one match remain, Fat Man.
One more game. It's going to be a wrangle. It's going to be good. A lot of teams have everything to fight for. Of course, Avalanche and Mad, one of or two of those teams.
One team I want to see that just come out of 17th is ONBACK, Fat Man. They've been hanging on to the last spot there since the beginning, but unfortunately for them, they can't pull it together. All right, we said it. Erangel is going to be our last match for World Champions League Season 2 tonight. There you go. Back to back was in fact mad pulls. But Fat Man, question remains, and that's the most important question: is can we see a three-peat from Mad?
Look, it's going to take a lot of doing for Matt to do that, Matt. A lot of strong teams in there, so everything's going to have to go right for them. And let's see.
All right, so with that, going to be Erangel up next. Before we get into your last match for tonight, we'll take a short little break and head you straight into Erangel. All right, Fatman. So it comes to this last match remaining. It's going to be a wrangle. Before we head into the break there, we saw and we kind of said, listen, Vox sitting in the lead there, but we'll take a look down the leaderboard there at Mad and see if they can do, well, first things first, get a three-peat, and secondly, perhaps climb the leaderboard and make things interesting. So, right, let's see what Erangel has to say.
One game left to go, Matt, and let's call it around about, what's it, 30 minutes, 30 odd minutes to decide it, to see will Mad be able to get that three-peat. But looking at this flight path, Matt, coming up from the northern side, roundabout there by Stalberg, going all the way down to Mulbase. So, will this be the one where we have a Mulbase zone?
I tell you what, that will be interesting. Finish things off at Mulbase. Well, we'll certainly see a few teams go and land there. Mulbase always seems to offer the best loot, but I don't think loot's a problem, Fat Man. You just need to find your feet. Perhaps don't be uninterrupted in the beginning, and then as things get closer, because you want to load up on the smokes, and like we saw as of late, you want to load up on the nades.
Yeah, look, so the zone made its appearance. It's not going to be a Mulbase zone. It might be a complete 180 and be a 7A zone. But a couple of teams, speaking of Mulbase, going there right off the bat. And I think one of those teams is Mad, finding themselves in Mulbase.
Yeah, Mad going to be joining Phantom at Mulbase. So see who walks out alive there. Perhaps both of the teams. But yeah, circle. Smack dab in the center of Erangel. Rozok's in play. Action already joining Mad, in fact. Oof, you see, I said it, Fat Man. Don't think one of these teams not walking out alive. And thus far, already 2 eliminations for Mad. It might just be Phantom that loses out this one.
Unfortunately, that's Man and Todd sent packing back to the lobby, Matt. Unfortunately, this time around, there is no recalls. And then if you look at Romanian squad, they in trouble. They somewhere getting hit with a couple of pans there. They, of course, fighting here with player 6 and the rest of TBS. Now, let's go back towards Mad as Phantom running for the hills here.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting a fight so soon, Fatman. There goes Satan down for the count by the hands of that S12K. And I do think that is Phantom out of here. Perhaps one more player left for them. And I think that is Phantom's night ended right there as Romania squad not taking heat here from TBS. You got player 6 coming with the rotation here. It's up to Lom 88. Ooh, take a look at this. Player 6 with the DBS gets the knock, and that is it for Romania squad. Eliminated as easy as that zone. Now going to shrink in.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt, that is Romania squad out of here. Rain Esports, now they in a fight here with new WAVExHOPE.
Yeah, that's the thing now, Fatman. I have to say, Erangel offering up the goods really early on. We already saw Phantom losing lives. We saw Romania squad get sent back to the lobby. Their night is done for. Now, New Wave in a fight you're with Rain. Bottom of your screen, you'll see Vodka, SPP. They fighting with Mad, and then Kenzo. He's going to try and make life difficult for Royal as OG comes in with a rotation of his own.
Yeah, Mad's got that DBS in hand in that little small room, but in the end, that is Misa taken out now. Royal, Roby, and Mad left standing, and that is it's Hope, New Wave Hope, Matt. bringing in a lot of trouble as Roby now goes down as well. So Royal, only player left standing. And just like that, Matt, that is Rain, Team Rain, eliminated.
Yeah, so suddenly down to 14 teams. ONBACK still in this. Have to say, haven't seen them being alive this long, unfortunately. But like to see them take out ROSCAR Prime here.
Well, they've got ROSCAR Prime very close to them. Yeah, Matt. Also one of those teams not too high on the leaderboard, not one of the aggressive teams out there. So just might just be a very good matchup on back versus ROSCAR.
Yeah, they split quite nicely. That's ONBACK as ROSCAR Prime. They're bunched up a bit more, so it's going to take one player to take out the other until the action unfolds here for ONBACK and ROSCAR Prime now finding themselves down in the cave. It's our final match tonight, Fatman, and already offering up the goods. Down to 14 teams, 50 players remain.
A bit of a stalemate here. No one making a move. The one team seems like trying to camp harder than the other team.
Yeah, ONBACK now. Just loading up. Seems like they did get a bit of an action there, but now Mad Bulls are also in trouble. Of course, they took out Phantom there. Now they're going to join Avalanche, Fat Man, as Avalanche sort of doing a gatekeep here. Breach block, I think they were thinking.
So we've got Mad versus Avalanche here, and Mad's the only team that seems to be in a position to take Avalanche away from that second spot. So quite fitting that we have these two teams up against each other early on, Matt.
Avalanche, they might have a potential easy pickings down on Mad. If you take a look at Butcher, he's just going to use this wall as a bit of cover here. Thing is, Mad Bulls, they won't go out without a fight. They did lose to Leica there, unfortunately. I have to say, though, I think Avalanche Fatman are going to pull the short end of the straw here. Oh, there goes Butcher.
Oh, unfortunate there, Matt. And I do hear our production here in my ear saying that Matt actually didn't take out Phantom. It was, in fact, Dope that Matt took out. So Phantom still left with one player. As the production just let me know that we were a bit incorrect there.
Yeah, so stand corrected. Phantom still in this. But, okay, so Mad did take out the majority of Phantom, rather. But the action is not it's not letting go, Phantom. Rather, Phantom nearly called you Phantom there, Fat Man. Vox now in trouble here, or
Oh, Vox eliminated, Matt. Unfortunately, Vox is back to the lobby. So it's all up to Avalanche and, of course, Mad Bulls. Mad Bulls already losing two players. Avalanche seems to be in a bit of trouble now as we head over to TRX. They currently on 6 kills. Got Twiz that was knocked out there, but seems like he got rest. Lemon taking out an Avalanche player there as well, and Butcher going down, and Matt Avalanche in a world of trouble.
have to say, Lemon and the rest of the Mad players are getting quite a bit of domination going, and a lot of grenade eliminations also, as we can see there. And yes, Fat Man, you mentioned it, Avalanche, their night's done.
Avalanche out of it now. It's up to Mad. They'll need to just stay in it a little bit longer, Matt, and they'll definitely secure that second place position. Well,
Second
they've
place.
already they've already secured the second place position. I apologize.
Yeah, so we'll just see. Of course, I think it's too far for them to get first. But the other thing now, Fat Man, is we've asked it many a times. Can Mad, in fact, I don't want to speak too soon. Can they get the three-peat? Problem for them is they've only got 2 more players in this.
Look, one thing they've got counting in their favor, Matt, is that it is a wrangle, so it is a bit easier to get that chicken dinner, even though you only a 2-ball.
Yeah, so they'll just need to sort of play it a bit slower now and see themselves towards the end. The problem now, ONBACK in trouble as New Wave spots them. That's by the hands of SPP. Already 4 eliminations for New Wave as TBS. Also 4 eliminations. Haven't seen those. Still a full squad, but I gotta say, Fat Man ONBACK, they're just in trouble. Lemon joining that kill feed once more.
Yeah, that's TRX being the end of Mad there. Lemon put up a good fight. Well, as we could see in the kill feed as much as possible, but Mad did secure that top position, Matt.
They did, but so
Well,
their night's done. Yeah, their night's done, Fat Man. Mad Bull's out of here.
no three-peat.
Unfortunately, I think we spoke too soon. But it opens it up for some of these other teams. I'd like to see BAZA perhaps get a chicken dinner. Oh, chance. There goes Bim Bam.
Look, Matt, we once heard someone say it's a 99% reality, but there's that 1% chance, that 1% hope. And I've got that 1% hope for ONBACK. They still a full squad. Can they get the chicken dinner?
Yeah, I think it goes like this, Fat Man. 99% hope, 1% chance, and so you're gonna need all the help you can get if you want to see them claim that chicken dinner. That's ONBACK, but can be done. It can certainly be done. We already we lost so many teams, Fat Man. In fact, we lost half of the teams. We're down to 8 now. 26 players remain. We'll see where that final circle finds itself and if any sorts of cover will be in play.
Yeah, for now, 8 teams remaining, 26 players. So we should see a bit more of a slow game digress from here on out. T-Rex, they on 8 kills, and it seems like we might just have a northwestern zone end, northwest of Yasnaya, that is, of course. So will be interesting. A lot of teams rotating in there from the southern part. So you're going to have a bit of a bottleneck, it seems, there towards Rosa. A couple of teams going to come up onto each other. TBS, that's of course player 6, and the rest of the crew. They've got a few teams around them, and ONBACK now being sandwiched between the TBS players.
Yeah, so that final circle, Fat Man, of course, has the creek in play. And I tell you what, if we have the creek for the final zone, that will be interesting. And now, there you go, ONBACK. Joining in on the action now. 3 eliminations for them, Fat Man. It's looking good, but they've got BAZA. That's now joining the fight. They did lose Tycho. That's Hacked now also down. Zethus also down for ONBACK. They need to get back in this if they want to see this game out. BAZA not going to make it easy for them.
Yeah, they did take out TBS. Their zone closing in 20 seconds now. BAZA, we've got Ganji. He's cooking a couple of nades, and oh, what a nade there as Zethus almost gets knocked out there. Still nades coming in, and then the nades do the job in the end. Ganji is going to cook a couple more. The damage being done with these nades, Matt.
Wow, beautiful nade there from Ganji. team ends the night for ONBACK out of here. Unfortunately, no chicken dinners for them tonight, but they did put up quite a fight, Batman. We got a squad there, and that was a sight for eyes. Really nice to see from ONBACK getting themselves what right back. Tonight is down for 6 teams in the squad. 70 players remain. Our last match tonight. Who's going to get their hands on the final chicken dinner? We've got TRX still in this, BAZA, TIAM, and one player. And then ROSCAR Prime also still in this.
BAZA in it, TRX in it, TIAM still a full squad. Well, that's nothing new to see from them. They tend to be a full squad pretty late on in the game. They just can't round it off. TRX now rotating up on that hill, and we still have Roscar Prime. This is Lays, of course, with nobody, and Tokyo. That makes up the remaining 3 players of Roscoe Prime. This time around, Matt, they on 5 eliminations, so they're going to have to rotate into zone now as well. The zone closing. Phantom Esports finally eliminated. We, of course, thought they were eliminated much earlier, but now they went back to the lobby.
Yeah, so now 5 teams remain, Fatman. 16 players in the zone. Yes, Naya might still be in the zone as TRX now in a fight here. Goes with the vehicle, gets the elimination. Easy as you like. Ooh. Take a look now. Nobody. He's just going to chill out.
Like nobody's business. Got 5 teams remaining, Matt. 5 teams remaining. We're only 17 minutes into this game and already down to the top 5.
All right, so now there you go. There's that final circle, Fat Man. The creek's still a bit in play, just on the south side of things. Now, Zenith, they got to come a long way to get into that final circle. As nobody in a fight here is just going to try and load up a nade. Question is, who's going to have the best arm here? Ooh, walk straight into that Molotov. Come on, buddy.
Oh,
out of here.
Roscar Prime eliminated in 5th place. Now, 4 players remaining, 30% chance for TRX, 32 that is for BAZA, TIAM 28%, and then Zen, haven't seen them this late in the game, but they've got that 11% chance of victory here, and of course, that is 89% hope.
Yeah. Now, I tell you what, BAZA and TIAM, 2 teams still with a full squad in this. TRX, they've already got 1 chicken dinner tonight. Can they make it a second? I have to say, I'd like to see BAZA do something and potentially claim a chicken dinner. There goes Steezy, puts himself in the worst spot ever. TRX just going to get easy claps there.
Easy pickings for TRX as BAZA. I don't think they meant to do that. TZ, of course, just a bit late on the brakes there and went down the cliff, and then the rest of the team forced to engage. Now we've got RS from BAZA. It's coming in hard, but walks straight into that S12K.
BAZA in trouble now. Got 1 more player left. That's N. And then the thing is, Fat Man, don't forget about TIAM. They're just going to try and do some third-party work here. And the moment, I think, if TRX is done, they'll take over the fight. In fact, that's it for BAZA, down to 3 teams, Zenith, TRX, as well as TIAM. TIAM is the only team that's in this with a full squad.
I like the way that TRX is controlling this hill, working the cover, making sure they don't gets spotted out. But like you said, Matt, TIAM, the only full team left here. Of course, now they're chasing after TRX.
Might just
And,
see these
they-
guys fight it out in the vehicles, Fat Man. Close things out. As you can see, not a lot of cover to speak of. And TRX down 2 players. TM sort of pulling the short, or rather have the upper hand here. You also have Zenith still in this. Don't forget about them.
Yeah, Zenith just sitting all too quiet there, one side. Not in too much trouble, but now that is Sugar trying to rotate into zone. Just makes it out of the way, but Zane now down to 1 player, and that win percentage just went down.
Oh, yeah, and there's Zenith out of here. It's 2 teams remain, and then there were 2, Fat Man. TM Serena gonna go down and out by the hands of TRX. Ooh, and I have to say, Fat Man, now TRX with the upper hand.
TRX just very, very good with these rotations and not sticking to one place at all. But now the car doing the job. Unfortunately, he's going to have to come back and finish the job. But also now going to have YF chasing after him. And this is going to be a difficult play. We've got 3 cars driving up and down.
Yeah, we saw Tunapa. They used that vehicle and the passenger seat quite beautifully, and he got the knockdown on 21, but he was knocked in return. So now it's up to the last man standing here for TRX. Ooh, it's a 2v1 now, Fat Man. Who do you have?
I would like to say TM's going to pull it through, Matt, but I don't know. I don't know if. So was this the final games? There's no more games, so Vox is the winners.
Okay, so okay, so just give us the feed again if you don't mind. Okay, all right. So apologies for that. We had a break in transmission there, Fat Man. But your top players now for match 10. This time around, again, Lemon joining in on the action. But the TRX, we just saw it there. Look at that. 7 eliminations and 6 and 2.
Yeah, no, Matt. Excellent work there. 7 kills, 7 eliminations there from TRX's player there. But here it is, TRX with 23 points, giving them the most points for that particular game. And then, of course, TM Esports came in with the chicken dinner, but points wise, they only got 15. TBS did very well. BAZA did well. Mad Bulls did well as well.
Yeah, so that's how your match rankings look after match 10. And so overall top players, it was the Sortie that walked out in the top spot there. Take a look at that, Batman. 36 eliminations for his team, and his teammate Dark not too far off either, 31.
Impressive stuff, real impressive stuff. Of course, Vox getting out and getting eliminated quite early in 2 out of the 5 games tonight. So if it wasn't for that, I'm sure we'd have seen these 2.
All right, so your overall standings. This is how things end, Fat Man. Vox in the lead there, taking away the top prize, 152 points. But more impressively, Mad came back and gave it their all, claiming themselves second. They didn't get the three-peat, but they got the back-to-back chicken dinners tonight. Avalanche closing out your podium position there in third place with 113 points. Just 1 more point, Avalanche there.
Excellent work there from Mad with those back-to-back chicken dinners, like you mentioned, Mad. It would have been very cool to see them do it three times in a row. TRX did very well as well, coming in 112 points, just 1 point back from Avalanche. BAZA did well. They came in surprisingly, I must say, from the second, third game, and they really started to show the grit.
And so that's all she wrote there, Fat Man. That is it for the World Champions League Season 2. Take a look at we had 5 matches for these guys to fight it out tonight. Mad Bulls getting the back-to-back. And of course, it was TIAM that closed things out tonight with the last chicken dinner in Erangel. All right, so there you go, Fat Man. It was awesome to see. Great play across the board. Have to say, favorite team tonight has to be Mad Bulls. I loved what they brought to the table. And but Vox just doing what they do best.
Yes, Vox did run away with it, Matt, and of course, well deserved to them. But also, like you said, Mad Bulls did very good, entertained us, kept us on the edge of our seat, and always made sure that we had something to talk about. But that's it for us tonight. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining and having us.
Yep. All right. So with that, I'm Matt Hazy together with Fatman. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We'll catch you in the next one. But until then, keep chasing dinners. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.